Well, howdy everyone, Argsy here. We're just at the very end of a very long drive all the way from Chilliwack down here to Iowa, and we're just pulling into town to try and find our bed for the night. We've got a house here all lined up ready for us. We've come down, got a call from my aunt and uncle, Dad's brother. If you remember, Dad passed away a wee while ago when we were back on No Creek Farms, and his brother's given us a call and wanting a bit of a hand with the harvest. Things don't seem to be going too well for them here, so I think we can take this left here, he said, just before the silos. Just head down this way, should go past the water tower. But yeah, he doesn't seem like he's been having a very good time of it the last couple of years. Things have been a bit tough for them, so we've come down, we're going to give them a hand and see if we can get them back on their feet, get them back up and running properly. Now, I think if we just head down this way, house here on the right somewhere. Let's get down here, it was opposite the playground. There's the playground there, so I think if we turn around on the right. So harvest is meant to be starting tomorrow. This weather doesn't look very promising for that though. That's our place there, so we're just going to pull up here. This weather not looking too promising at all. Get everything turned off. And we're just going to dart inside, go in here and get some shut-eye. But it's not looking too nice today, so we'll go and get some rest. Go and check things out in the morning and see what we're up to. Fingers crossed we can go and make a start on some harvest. So we'll catch you in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. I'm excited to look out the window and see no rain and lots of blue sky. That bodes very well for being able to make a start on the harvest today. We're going to head on out and just go and grab something to eat. While we're doing that, getting things ready, I do want to warn you, Uncle and Aunt aren't the most technologically savvy. They struggle with cell phones. They rang me on the landline to wake me up this morning to make sure I was all good to go. They don't use the internet much. They certainly won't like being on camera. So you probably won't see much of them, apart from in passing as they drive by or whatever's happening on the farm. So it's just me. You're stuck with me for another one. Anyhow, we're going to grab a coffee. We'll get something cooking. Then we're going to be on the way. Alright, so we're just on our way out of town, heading down towards the farm. Now, a little bit of background about the farm. It's not the hugest holdings. There's a bit over 100 acres, 40-something hectares I think it is. Half a dozen fields, and as is the majority of farming around this area, it is all soybeans and corn. So lots of that to do. We're going to get down there. I don't know what the machinery's like, what their equipment they're going to have. It's the farm's been around for quite some time, and like I said before, I don't know how much aunt and uncle have kept up with modern technology or anything like that. So, I mean, that could be part of the problem of why they've really struggled with things. So we'll get down there, so over to the right, sort of down this way. We'll go and find where he is. Uncle's already out in the combine testing things out to see how it's all going. So we're going to get down there. We'll go and have a chat to him and see what we're going to get into to start off with. So the main farmyard's just up a road there on the left. You head on up that way to get to the yard. But I think Uncle's harvesting somewhere down here, up past one of the neighbours' farms. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Doesn't look like I can see a combine in there or anything. Let's carry on this way. Make sure we're concentrating on the road. Like a winery. I wonder if they do a good drop. Didn't realise there was too many of those around this area, but there we are. Get on up over here. Sort of opens out quite a bit in this part of the region. Quite a big open expanses, but just carry on up just a little bit further up here, and I think, just have a look in here on the right. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, the old gleaner's still going. I wondered if he still had that. I really hoped he had upgraded before now, but it does look like we're still running the old gleaner. So we'll get turned in here. We're going to pop around and go and have a chat to Uncle, see what he wants us to do to give him a hand. Alright, as we get through the cloud of dust there, Uncle's back off to it. Like I said, he's pretty camera shy, so don't expect to see any of him, but I'm just, as we walked over here, have a look at the weeds in this crop. I thought they might have taken better care of that. They were always so proud of everything they did. Don't know if they've been using an agronomist or anything like that to help them, but that doesn't bode well for the yields when you've got that much weed going up and through the combine. We'll have to wait and see. We'll just start taking some notes about what we might be able to do. to help improve things around here on the farm. But anyhow, as you can see or can't see, there's no grain cart or anything down here. It doesn't sound like they've actually got one. So we're heading back up to the farm. The truck back up there that Uncle said to bring down, and we'll use that to haul the beans back. I don't even know where we're taking them to yet, so we'll suss that out. We'll see if there's a bin or something up at the yard and figure out where we're going to. But sounds like we're going to be driving a truck for a wee while. Like I said before when we came past, farm's up this way, so we head up the road here. Now, as I understand it, there's quite a bit of the land in here on the left. There's Auntie and Uncle's, some fields in the back here with some soybeans and corn, and then there was another one that we actually drove past on the way down here, not long after we turned off the motorway. But yeah, up in here on the left, a lot of trees, and I think if you get over the crest there, a couple of fields. In fact, you can just make out some corn sitting up there on the top. I don't know what they do with the grass. They get someone into mud, but this is the yard. Yeah, this is the farmhouse. But what on earth? The last time I was talking to them, they were building that shed. How have they not got that finished? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's something else that they're going to need a hand with. What have we got? Let's go and take a quick look around. Let's leave ourselves parked up there. Let's go and see what they've got. I can't see much equipment around at all. This is turning into a bit of a challenge. I can see why they're struggling. Workshop in here. They got a nice little John Deere skid steer. That's been around for some time. I remember playing on that when I was growing up. Crikey. Surprised it still goes the way we treated it when we were kids. Bit of a tool kit there, workshop. John Deere plough, or disc plough. So at least we've got something we can work some fields up with. Bigger disc harrow over there as well for a bit of the lighter tillage. The shed. I wonder what happened with the shed. Betcha they didn't pay a bill or something like that. And it's no good having a planter in the shed if it doesn't have a roof on it, but that's the one planter they've got, so you can imagine how long that's going to take to plant 100 or so acres. Corn header, 8-row corn header I think, if I remember correctly. Again, that's going to take a while. No, not even a trailer or anything, so... You know, back in the day it was okay to run a corn header like that down these roads, but how did... I don't even know how Uncle got that combine down there with the grain header on it. Oh well. What's over here? Let's go and see. This is... Oh, these things have been around here forever. That Ford, though. I love that Ford. 330 or so horsepower. Got the 3-point hitch on the back as well as the drawbar, so should be able to get some land done with that. Then the old International with the hoop roll bar. That's the planting tractor. You just get choked with dust. It is the most unpleasant tractor to plant on from that point of view. No cab, no protection. You get out there on a dry, dusty day, and it is the last place you want to be, but it's where you've got to be if you want to get the acres done. And then the old Chevy. The old Chevy grain truck, the C70. This is what we're going to be in. This is going to be our beast for the day, but as I said, I can't see any grain bins around. Oh, we'll have to quiz Uncle on what he's doing with it. Perhaps I've got some bins somewhere off site, maybe somewhere else. That's not theirs, that's the neighbours. Well, it looks pretty run down, but they did have some cattle up in there at some stage. That field's not theirs either. Oh well. Let's jump in the truck. We don't want to leave Uncle waiting too long. I would love to go in and say hi to Aunt, but we haven't got time for that. We need to keep this combine moving and figure out exactly what it is that we're going to have to do around this place. But they don't make them like they used to, do they? There's not much to this. Window winder's broken, can't even wind that down. Air conditioning's... well, what air conditioning? The air conditioning's broken, I can't wind the window down. Other than that, she's a pretty simple old beast, but that's what we've got to work with, so we'll get on down to the field. Go and keep Uncle moving. Well, would you look at that? He's almost twice around the field and doesn't even have a full hopper yet. That's, like I said, with these yields, with the weeds and everything in there, that doesn't bode very well for things. And we'll let him get around here. Hopefully he can get around... well, actually, I hope he can't get it all the way around here, because that'll mean he's full. We'll drive around. I think it's dry. Can't have rained too much. Must have just been a few showers as we got here. Able to drive through the field here. We'll head on around, see if we can catch up to him. See how close he is to being full. So it'd be good to get that unloaded and keep him moving. We don't want him to stop around here. So let's go and have a look, and while we're unloading we'll have a chat to him and see what he wants done with these beans. I'm just having a look up there in the hopper. I dare say we didn't actually have to come all the way around here and catch up with them. It's got the extensions on there, the old wooden extensions. When those last got replaced, but does mean he can carry a little bit more. But we'll see, we'll get him emptied out. We'll have a look here at the end. We do need to find out what he's going to be doing with these beans. But there we go. That's not a bad amount, is it? Jump out and have a look. I think this can carry about 25,000 litres. So if we're about half full, we might be at 11, maybe 12,000 litres. Not sure. Anyhow, we'll let him carry on around there. And we'll go and catch up. We might go for a little bit of a ride along with them and just see how the combine goes. So riding along here with Uncle up in the gleaner, and the one bit of technology that he does have up in here does tell us the yield, and we're currently yielding 91 bushels an acre. Already got 42 bushels in here, about 12%, so it's actually not as bad a yield as I was expecting. I thought, based on where he was getting, we might have been down around 70, even 60 bushels an acre. So 90 is not too bad. I think there's more in these fields though, I really, really do. Looking around the edge as we're going along, I think there's a whole lot of scope as well, depending on where their property boundaries are, to even look at expanding some of these fields and increasing the amount of area. But I think, first things first, we need to get these crops in, off the field, and get them all sorted. The other thing I talked to Uncle about and said, what are we doing with these? They're going straight to the co-op. He's selling them from the field as they are. There's no storage or anything like that, so we're not even realising a potential maximum price by having the ability to hold on to it ourselves. So again, something else we need to do to try and turn around some fortunes here on the farm and probably help them out, because I can see some real potential to improve the profit on the farm. The $92 that you see up there in the bank account, that's just so we can keep a track of what we do here while we're on the farm. They've got a little bit of money squirreled away, not a huge amount though, and that's part of the problem. We've got a little bit of money we've brought with us from Chilliwack. We've got a little bit hidden away as well that we might look, potentially, depending how the next couple of weeks of harvest go. And if we're going to hang around here, we might look to invest a little bit and see if we can help them progress the farm a little bit further. But for now, 23% full here on the soybeans. We're just going to ride along, set the drone going, get a little bit of a time lapse for you, and we'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Lots to think about in the meantime though, and good place to be thinking about what to do. Well, there we are, first load unloaded, $14,380 odd out of that. Must have been 4,290 because we had the 92 there in the account. So that's actually not too bad. I'm not sure why there was an environmental bonus coming along with that. I wouldn't have expected that to have been done. I don't even think they had any soil data or anything to be able to achieve that, but we'll take it. We'll take everything we can get here at the moment. So we'll head on back down. This is GW Grains we've come up to there. Seems only the grain door wanted to tip as well. We couldn't get the whole bag to open up. And it didn't want to tip all in one go, but them's the brakes, like I said. It's old, tired, run-down equipment, and I'm not surprised that it's starting to fail. Anyhow, let's head on back down to the field. Uncle will probably be a good way through that one by now, I'd expect. He's on the up and down rows, so we will get back there, get him emptied out, and then make a plan for the rest of the day. It's been a good start though to harvest, I must admit. It's a beautiful, pleasant morning here in Taheton County, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Hope you have as well. Anyhow, let's get back on down to the field and see how progress is. Well, like I thought, he's made some pretty good progress across, and I wouldn't expect he will be very close to being full, considering he's just doing all these short rows. Not the friendliest field to do, really, is it? There's no real big long paths, but again, just looking at these angles, all this free land in here that we really should see about opening up, and it might make the field a whole lot easier to use as well if we did do that. So lots of things to consider. Anyhow, let's just wait for this to get all finished off, and then we'll figure out what we're going to be doing, whether we're moving down to another soybean field, whether it's time to change to corn, or what exactly the plan is. Well, there we go, first field all finished. Didn't quite get a full hopper here from the combine for the last little bit, but we're going to end up with another 250 or so bushels. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's just wait and see as that gets emptied out. Lots of planes around, 254 bushels, about 35% of a truckload. So we could get another couple of those in there, but there we go. That is field number 1 done. Now the plan is, talking to Uncle, there is another field I did mention that is just back down the road, back towards town. We drove past it. I didn't point it out because I didn't know they had it, which we're going to be heading to next. But we're going to take care of that in the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Welcome along to Taheton County. I hope you're enjoying the story behind it. I'll be doing my best to try and rescue the farm, I think, is what this is going to be. I've got some ideas. We're going to put together a little bit of a plan on how we can go ahead towards improving productivity, improving yields, improving equipment, improving machinery, and generally bringing the farm through into the 21st century. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the challenge, and looking forward to playing something a little bit different. And I hope you're looking forward to following along with me. But anyhow, as always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.